guys, and welcome back to Saffron Brew. So I've done something a little bit different this time. I'm not doing a grain to glass or anything like that. It's more like a homebrew Wednesday, but a quick catch up on a beer I've done. This is the end. I'll show you a couple of bits, coming to the boil or whatever, but I'm not going to show you a hell of a lot. This has been fermenting since last Saturday. I brewed this last Saturday. It's a Czech premium Pilsner. You can see it's not overly clear, but it's getting there, and I've had a taste. This has come down to 10.06, so it's come down quite dry. It's supposed to be 10.09, 10.10. And I've had a sip of that in the house, and when that gets carved up, normally with the lager there's a bit of that, there's sort of off flavours and things like that you need to wait to clear while they lager. Well, anyway, that's fermented out. It tastes good already. It tastes lovely. I mean, I've just put loads of sours in there effectively. Czech premium lager, I think it is. I'm entering this into the London South East homebrew competition, or whatever it's called. Started at 10.51, which leaves me with 5.9% ABV, so it's quite high on the ABV. It's pretty much, you can't go any higher in that category, but it tastes amazing. So I'm going to cold crash it from today until probably Thursday, keg it on Thursday, force carve it, and then put it in my other fridge at 1 degree Celsius for the next 3 weeks. Which will take me up to when I need to post off, so basically get a couple of bottles full and post it off to the competition. So I'm really chuffed about that, really happy it worked out. I mean, it was a great brew day. A couple of little things I still need to change here, like I'll need a couple of extra taps on my kettle to get the recirculation working properly with my new pump. But you'll see my next brew is actually going to be this weekend. I'm going to keep a little bit of beer on top of that yeast cake in the fermenter, and I'm just going to brew another Pilsner, but it's going to be like with a hoppy front to it, so maybe a Cascade. Maybe I'll bitter it with Hallertau and then just use Cascade or something, nice hoppy lager for the summer. I mean, that, if I get anything like this, look how clear that is. Amazing. Anyway, yeah. Another thing you'll notice is I am in the man cave. I am now from the man cave, and I'm live. I've got some lights plugged in over here. I didn't actually end up getting the lights in the roof or anything, but I've bought myself a heater. So the heater sits there. It's on a timer, so it just turns on for 15 minutes every few hours, just so you don't get any condensation in here. I just want to keep this room a little bit warmer, but I probably won't have to use it for too long because it's going to warm up outside, but that's typical. I only got that for $19.95. It's a 2 kilowatt heater, and that was delivered, so chuffed with that. What else have I been up to? This is still the Nelson Sauvin Cascade Amarillo montage that I made. It's clearing a little bit, but it's still hazy, and I'm not actually a big fan. I don't know if all of those beers together just don't gel. All of those hops, they're all amazing hops, but maybe they just don't gel together. Maybe it's the yeast. I did use Nottingham yeast, and it's kind of a West Coast pale ale, which I should have been using a cleaner yeast. The challenge, which is a smash of just Marisotto Premium and Challenger, is dead. That keg kicked yesterday, and I loved that. I might brew that again just to have on tap. It's just a lovely on tap beer, especially it's not overly hoppy, so your friends come around and they don't like hoppy beers. It's great, that's a really good one. The other one also kicked was my Zombie Dust. So I've got a keg full of the Nelson Amarillo Cascade American IPA in there, which I did with the SO4 yeast. So I'll put that in to replace one of the kegs. I worry it's going to be too similar, but I have a feeling because of the yeast, the two different strains in yeast, that there actually will be a proper flavour difference for it. And the other keg I'm going to use for my half of the Pilsner. A mate of mine came around and brewed with me, Harry, shout out bro, and I did a double batch, so the other half of that batch will be for him. He'll come around and bottle that up whenever he's ready. So yeah, what else have I got to do in here? Flooring's pretty much done. There's a little bit of flooring under the brew bench. See if I turn you around here quickly. Oopsie. So you see under the brew bench here, there's a bit of flooring under there that I need to sort of use. I've got some wooden flooring for that, some laminate. I've got a couple more taps to buy for the pot and for the buffalo boiler over here, to have proper taps on them. And then I probably need one more pump, just because I had a realization that basically when you're trying to fly sparge, you need 2 pumps, or you need to have your kettle on the ground, one of the two, or you sparge with a 2 litre jug or something. So what I did is I sparged with the jug. I did the recirc with the pump during the mash, and I think that's what made this so clear. I mean, that for a lager that's still in its diacetyl rest. Well, it's finished now, but I mean it's 48 hours of diacetyl rest. That's pretty bloody clear already. So it's weird because there's like a residual sweetness to it almost, but it should be really dry because it's finished down at 10:06. So you know, I'm happy. I'm a happy man. Probably a bit higher than I expected. I wanted it at about 5.6% ABV for the summer drinking, but it is what it is. Yeah, so once I've done that, I'm going to board out the loft. There was another little thing that I didn't quite manage to get the guys to do. So once I've boarded out the loft, I can put all the stuff that's in the other half of the garage up in the loft and have proper access to my fermenting fridges. And at the moment, every time I need to get to one of the fridges or to the tumble dryer, it's like I have to move a whole heap of stuff to get to it. So that's the plan. At the moment, I'm a little bit worried. I've got the chocolate milk stout on the end, which I don't really want to be drinking yet because that's for the competition as well, and it's not ready, so I just need to leave it alone. I've got this one that I'm drinking at the moment, which to be fair, it tastes better every time I drink it. Maybe I just chucked it in too young. I didn't give it enough time to age. It's building a nice character to it there. So a little bit of work to do, but if I brew one more batch on this weekend, then I'll have a fermenter full of a Pilsner lager type thing on the yeast cake, so it'll be a very cheap brew. I've already got 100 grams of Cascade. I got some Hallertau Blanc. So yeah, actually I think what I'm going to do as well is, instead of buying the water like I normally do, I'm going to fill up the kettle and boil it the night before, let it settle out, then pump it into my other kettle the next day for the actual brew. So I'll probably do that on Thursday when I keg the lager. Anyway guys, things are looking up in the old man cave. I've got the TV worked quite well when we had the boys' night around here, and we ended up watching a bit of sport. We watched the golf, stuff like that. But now that I've got heating in here, I can come and sit here, practice my guitar, do brewing, do bottling, kegging, whatever. It's just another room in the house, but it's got a sort of laminate floor so I can spill and just mop it up. It's my room, do whatever I want really. So take it easy guys, and happy Homebrew Monday. Keep on brewing. Right, so I'm just underletting now. I can just see the water coming up there. First time using the pump. I need to sort that tap out, but a couple more litres and we'll be mashed in. First mash in the brew shed. Another Safa here today. Brews with the Harry Brews. There she goes. ready to stir if necessary. It's getting a bit hard for my liking. Making beer.